Alright, guys. So, yeah, I've been thinking about the game that I made yesterday, and my main thought is just that the board, it does seem like kind of too big for a mobile game. And the other thought I had was I want to start to get these models generated from Meshi into the game, because I think once I start showing some artwork, including any of these 3D models, and kind of start to do that, it's going to inspire a lot of creativity for me. And it's not visually impressive to see a gray grid. So it's going to just kind of bring out a lot of creativity from everyone who looks at the project. So that's kind of what I'm going for right now. And I'm probably going to switch back my Unity build config to use the simulator. Let me just make sure that I can... wonder why my simulator's not starting now. That's really annoying. This Apple shit is just terrible, dude. But what else am I gonna do? Not ship to Apple? Okay, so yeah, just ignoring that. Sorry. Yeah, so I wanted to make the grid smaller, and I wanted to figure out how to get these models in. I think those two things will take me pretty far before I need to kind of consult another tutorial. So let me get those things done today. Oh, yeah, so I'll just kind of make a to-do list of 3 things today that I want to do. So I have these like high-level notes on like what kind of units we should have. And it's very much, like I said, inspired by Mechabellum, but with like a Warcraft style. So that's that. These notes are not really important anymore because I've already resolved it, I think. I think it's actually 72 tiles of width that we calculated. Or was it? Yeah, because I thought it was 50, but it was actually 60, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that sounds right. So I'm just going to change this to 7. I'll leave that. These notes here. So I'll just say Mechabellum board size is that. But yeah, like I said, if you look at games like Clash Royale, it's much smaller, right? And I don't know that I want to do that, but I find it kind of captivating to watch Clash Royale players on my phone. You can go on YouTube Live or TikTok or whatever and watch these people play the game. And I think if I can make an interesting strategy game, I could see myself kind of paying a small group of people to live stream playing the game. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of continue with those goals. So the goals for today include 1, figure out how to incorporate or include 3D models and animations from meshi.ai. 2, make a smaller grid more mobile friendly. And 3, I want to figure out how to be able to do the pinch and zoom and tilt and pan. So enable mobile users to reposition and redirect the camera. Cool. So, yeah, let me start looking at these things. Today, my to-do list includes these items. Let's start with giving me instructions for one, or step one. I've generated a few models on meshi.ai. How can I include them in the Unity project and render one on this screen? Okay, so let's pull up meshi.ai and close. Okay, so this is Meshi. Let's see what Claude has to say about it. Go to Meshi and export. Download them in one of these formats. FBX is best for Unity because it includes animations. I mean, I have this animation. It's pretty whack, but we'll take it just to start with. So, what other animations can I add? Are there other ones other than walk? You know what? Whatever. I don't really care right now. So let's just export it. Is it a single file? Is it a rigged character? So we want an FBX. We'll take all the animations. Do we want a skin? How about this one with color? This one looks better, right? Okay, so there's a lot of animations we can add. Is there like a sword or like sword? Oh, wow. This would be cool if we do a right hand sword slash. Let's see what other animations they got. Yeah, let's go ahead and just try to do this. So, what does it mean, please rig first? We need to remesh the model. Generate evenly quad faces, produce less details. Let's use quad. And then, what is it? Uh-oh. Okay, I could see this being good. I do really like the swarm units of Mechabellum, and I'm trying to think of like a good kind of counterpart that can work. You know, one thing I think about is the flared jungle in Diablo 2. Those little flares, right? I don't know what they're called, but those little guys are so annoying. What are the name of the short, dark, dart-throwing enemies in the flared jungle in Diablo 2? Pygmy-like demons. So maybe pygmies would be good. What is a pygmy? Yeah. Yeah, I think I could see like pygmies kind of being a good ranged swarm unit. Yeah, I could see that. So we'll just say Diablo 2 Wiki Flare Shaman. I don't really want the Shaman. I'm more interested in just the regular one. Here we go. No, not the knife. Okay, they're called... the melee ones are called Fetish or Ratman or Flare or Soul Killer or Stygian Doll. And the ranged ones are called Blow Dart. Yeah. Yeah, I could see like the pygmies kind of filling that role. I'm open to any other ideas, but kind of looking for some kind of small swarm unit type of thing, right? So anything could work there. Okay, cool. So let's see if we got anything out of this animation thing from our thing. I'm just gonna leave this thing open because I think it's useful. And we remeshed it, lower quality. He looks like he needs to like clean his uniform, but we'll start with this. I want to try this. So then, okay, now we can rig it. I guess it's either a humanoid or a quadruped dog. We'll rig him as a humanoid. So it's a... So he's riding a horse, which I don't think this program is gonna like. We might have to start doing this stuff on our own. I've been starting to learn Blender. I believe we can use Blender to make animations. Can I use Blender to animate the models myself? I mean, this is not at all useful, so I didn't expect it to succeed. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this model. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of that one. I kind of like this one better. I don't like the animations. Oh, it really fucked up the sword. We could try to retry this. Alright, I'll just take this, so. Yeah, it said to take FBX, right? No, we'll take it. I think that's probably too many faces. 1 million faces is way too many for mobile. Okay. So per model, we're going to want these different numbers. Okay, so that one is not useful for anyone actually. So we're going to need to remesh it. What target poly count should I use when remeshing? Okay, 1 to 5,000. 1. We'll just try 2,000. Okay, so use triangle. It really, you know what, we'll just do 3,000. That's what this program says. We'll do that. All right, what do we got here? Sure, we'll just take it. I mean, we'll just take it. Who cares? What is this? Alright, I got the FBX. Now what do I do? I guess I could unzip it. Alright, and then go back here. Alright, export, download in your Unity project. Let's go in here. We should call it models. Okay, so yeah, we got the models folder, and then what's the next step? Gotta stay on task here. Let's see. Okay, so we downloaded the model, and then we're gonna import it into Unity. So I've created a folder called Assets Models, and we're gonna go ahead and drag and drop the files into the folder. Okay, well that sounds really easy. Let's see if it really is that easy. So I've got the download here, and there's a folder here. Did I put that in there? Let's see. Okay, I mean that's a folder. I don't know. There is no application. What does this do? Okay, I don't fucking know what this is. Does it? Okay, I mean like it appears here, so I can see the guy, but interesting. What are these pictures, dude? Can you just like apply this on the model? Okay, let's see what else it says. Okay, so I've imported them. Click on the imported model. Use embedded materials. Maybe I should try that. That sounds useful. How did we get to use embedded materials? I'll just maybe talk. Imported the model, but it only shows up in grayscale. Next to the model are all of these pictures with colors, and they seem to be images that need to be applied on top of the model. How do I fix that? Try option 1 first, it usually works. Okay. Okay, let's go to materials in the inspector. Okay, that's over here. Use embedded materials. Click extract materials. No, not extract textures, but extract material. Okay. I guess I did that. What do we do? Apply? Bro, this is not. He's got no color. Maybe I'm not. How about we try extract textures? Okay. Do we apply it? Okay. The model continues to only show. Okay, let's just try option 2. Yeah, so we do have separate image files, right? Expand the model in the project window. Click the arrow. Is it this? Inspector materials. Change location to use embedded materials. Click apply. I mean, pretty sure we're already using that, so it's not. What about legacy? What does that do? How about that? No, I don't know what's happening here, so I'm not gonna press random buttons. Oh, sorry. I think I jumped from option 2 to option 3. Man, this stream is rough, guys. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and expand the model in the project window, or look for the materials folder. Select the material. In inspector, you'll see. It might be better to use the web interface for Claude, because I can just paste in what these images look like. So let's go ahead and undo all the changes. Let's go back before we import the model. I don't think you can do that. Just delete the model. Delete it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the Finder and drag it in here. And then import texture images. We've already done that. It's saying I should make a textures file. Why don't we just make or folder rather? Let's make a folder here. I'm assuming these are the textures. Okay, so we can set a material. This makes sense, I guess. And then we can also have a mesh. We're gonna have to study the 3D stuff a little more. But there's got to be a way to do this. So expand, find the material. So this is the material. Select the material. In the inspector, you'll see texture slots, base map, normal map. I think I have a normal map. So it does seem to be locked. I found. Okay, so option 2 applies. The images are separate files. down the material, but the base map, normal map, and other options are not editable. Select material, find the shader dropdown, and choose URP lit. Yeah, it's using lit. This is rough. Okay, so there's something I gotta do. Select the model file, which I think is this file. In Inspector Materials, click Extract Materials. Okay. Choose create a folder called Materials. Alright. Alright, let's do that. Okay, so there's a material and it's not locked now, so that's progress. Now the material is a separate editable file and the texture slot should be unlocked. Okay, it sure is. So now I go that, I do that, and I'm going to drag the images into the normal map. Okay, well I clicked here, now it's blue. I don't really know what that means. That's bizarre. But let's just try to drag these in. So, oh, I can't do that. Let's put this on the normal map. This texture is not marked as a normal map. Well, let's do that. I'm gonna fix it. Alright, does that do anything? I got this weird looking ball. I don't know if that's good or bad. What does this play button do? Bro, this is not a knight, this is a ball. Okay, I applied the images, but it looks like a ball. I saw this happen with another thing. Open the model. Oh, bro, this is so hard. What is this on-demand remap? What if I do this? Let's actually take a look at the naming scheme. It does seem like it is by the base texture name. So why don't we try this? I really think that this thing is the option, actually. Why don't we try recursive up? Material property stack is empty. So let's look closely at the name of the files here. Okay, so the name is this. And then there's metallic, roughness, all these other options. And then if I think about this, what is standard? Why don't we just do project wide? See what that one does. I think it's going to be like model plus material. Okay, now it's black. Oh no, it's got color. Look at this. Bro, how do I zoom in on this guy? This is so fucking annoying. Okay, let's just make it bigger. Oh no, we can move him closer. How about that? Because I don't know how to zoom. I'll just move him closer. Look at this guy. He looks beautiful. I think he's beautiful. But how do I rotate him? I think I can use the rotate tool. Okay, I mean, this is pretty cool. I have a 3D model. It looks not too bad, honestly. Something's wrong with his face, but honestly, who am I to judge? I just want to look kind of closer to this messed up face. Bro, what the fuck is this? Okay, I mean, look. God gave us all different faces, and this is just the one he's got. So, we're just gonna give him a break. I'm just happy that he's here. I just wanted to get closer. Alright, I mean, yeah, I'm sure if I did some actual effort, I could get a better looking model, but... Okay, so this is some progress. Okay, I did that. It would be kind of cool to get him out of this scene, right? So I think I can delete him. And then if I want to bring him back, it's that easy, right? So that's how I can put one in. And then maybe what I can do to start with is just for fun, kind of on each of the squares, we'll just put him on each of the squares, right? So there should be a whole bunch of them. And let's reduce the number of squares for now. So let's go back to the board manager, and we don't need it to be this big. Let's just make it half the size, right? So we'll just do 30 wide, 30 tall. We'll just start with that for now. Let's start with that. Let's go ahead and run the game with this and just see where the camera's pointed. Let's just take a look now. So yeah, sure, this is smaller, but the camera's not in the right spot. So I can change that. I've learned how to change the camera by clicking on the main camera, and I think it's Control K? No. Fuck. Whatever, I can just do this. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll rotate it kind of down a little more. And then maybe it's this one? Yeah, we could just bring it close. How about we just bring it really close and maybe change the rotation a little bit back. Let's leave this at 0. Yeah, let's get it kind of at a higher angle and bring it down more. Yeah, this will be a cool effect. So let's just have one knight kind of looking in our direction on each of these squares. So I need to take this and do copy component. Sounds right. And I stop it, and then I go back to main camera, and I click paste component values. So now when I start the game, we should be looking at that view angle. Yep, cool. All right, we got that. Now let's figure out how to get him on every square. I think an easy way to do that would just be to go to the board manager? No, to the prefab, right? We need to put him on the prefab. So where's our prefab? We have this board tile root prefab, which I think is the one that we're using, right? And so this has the text. So I think we could somehow just drag him in. I just don't know which one is him. I think this is him. Maybe we just put him here. Okay, yeah, that looks promising. And then let's rotate him. Yeah, so I want to be able to kind of place the different units on the map, but we'll start with just putting him everywhere. All right, we'll use the rotate tool. I think we want him here. Seems right. And then we want to make him a lot smaller. We want to write -180. You know, we could have him at a slight angle. We'll put him at -170. 165. Yeah, he'll be a little bit of an angle. Okay, and then let's change his size. I think it's going to be the scale tool. We want to change his size while maintaining his proportions. So maybe we just do 25, 25, 25. I like kind of 35, 35, 35. Yeah, that's a good size for him. And then we want him standing on the square, so we're going to go with the move tool. We just get him up on top. That will do well enough for now. So if we save that, we play the game now, what happens? Okay, we got a bunch of dudes looking at something. That's kind of cool. Awesome. Wonder if I could get this playing on my phone just for fun. I gotta learn how to work for longer than 1 hour at a time. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, gee, this model was generated with Meshy. So I'll bring that up right now. So, yeah, you can see this Meshy thing. It's super easy to generate these models. You can drag an image. You can do like image to 3D, batch of images to 3D, or text to 3D. And I think what's going to get interesting is trying to animate the models, because it really struggles. Like, I told it to make this guy walk, and oh no, I was trying to make him swing his sword, and he's doing something. I feel like he's just playing with himself, but he's not swinging his sword the way you'd expect, right? So I'm gonna have to learn how to use some real tools to animate the models, but you can. It seems like you can get pretty far with this thing. So let me just refresh my memory on how to build this. So I go to build profiles. Right now it's targeting iPhone and iPad with the device SDK. And I think that means that it will it will go on my phone. And yeah, it's one of those parties, guys. A bunch of righteous dudes and no women in sight. But, you know, sometimes that's what we got. Doesn't mean you need to have that kind of party, though. I'm going to be honest, guys. If you're going to have a party, if you can only get dudes to the party, you shouldn't throw the party. Just just cancel it. Let people stay home. They can do other things with their time. All right. So we got the game, and then if I go open it in Xcode, I should be able to run it on my phone. It's as simple as pressing a button, and it build failed. What does it say? Dude, it said this error so many times. I don't understand why. I'm pretty sure like I've enabled this 5 times. com.boardgame.com.jmather.boardgame. Cool. Yeah, let's do that, and let's get the build on the phone now, please. Well, I'm learning something. I'm learning how to throw a party with a bunch of men on horses. Oh, here's the part where it asks for my password like 50 times. Let's hope I don't type it so everybody can see. Unlock the iPhone. All right. Is it running? Looks like it's thinking about running. Cool. This is really good. Wow, one step closer, huh? I'm gonna screenshot this and send it to my friends, because this is what I do with my life. Let's see. I got this now. Awesome. Cool. Alright, what's next? It'd be cool to like kind of drag them around. I feel like my to-do list is too easy, so figured out how to get the model from Meshi. I'm going to commit this change, even though it's kind of nonsensical. Commit my changes, including one model. Yeah, we'll just use Claude to generate a commit message. Yeah, I can't wait to start kind of animating and having a variety of units, and then I can make a gameplay video, right? And I could even spend money to promote the video and have people start following the project. So at least it won't be just me chatting with OG. It'll be, maybe we'll get a girl on the stream. You never know. I would prefer if it was all guys, though. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think girls should really be playing this game. But you know what? I'm just kidding. I think anybody can play. I'm probably going to have to delete that later. So let's just move forward from the whole guy-girl thing. So, okay, so committed it. But it did that. Did it push my commit? I didn't see what it did. Push the commit to me. Okay, we pushed it. So yeah, that was pretty easy. Let's see what were the other things I really wanted to do today. Make a smaller grid. Yeah, I did that. Okay, so it would be cool to figure out how to do this. I think this would be super fun. Let me do this in the next commit. Okay, next, let's figure out how to enable mobile users. Let's do this. this fun view of the courtyard in my apartment complex. So I was waving at one of the maintenance guys. All right, so what does it say? Oh my God, I gotta write a bunch of code. That'll be fun. Here's how to enable mobile camera controls for repositioning and redirecting. Touch controls. Implement the script such that it works on mobile and on desktop with a mouse and keyboard. Alright, so it looks like it wrote something, and I suspect that it uses like the touch phase, right? Which is for fingers and stuff. But it would be cool if it worked on both desktop and mobile, so I can easily test it on my computer and also on my phone. Okay, so it's going to create this file. I'll create a camera controller that works on both. So it puts some speeds, it puts some bounds, and it puts some rotation speeds and settings. Okay. And then in the update function, which gets called every frame, it's going to handle both mobile and desktop input. And for handle mobile input, it's going to look for this, which I don't know what that means. Let's Google that really quickly. Right, so number of touches. So if you're using one touch, got it. If you're only using a one touch, it's going to try to pan the camera, which I'm assuming will move the camera. So it's going to get your touch, and if it's in the beginning, it's going to set the position. But if you've been moving it, it's going to look at how far you moved your finger since the last frame, and it's going to pan the camera appropriately according to that delta based on how far you've moved. Separately, if the input touch count is 2, it's going to do a pinch to zoom, or it's going to do a 2-finger rotation. Seems like there might be a bug here, because it looks like it always does a zoom, but it only sometimes does a rotation. But maybe that actually makes sense, because I don't know. We'll try it out. I could see this being fine. I should review the desktop code as well, because it looks like it's going to expect me to understand which keys do what. So WASD are going to pan the camera, okay. And then Q and E are going to rotate. The middle mouse button is also going to pan the camera. Mouse right will rotate, mouse wheel will zoom, and we'll do some storing. Okay, I mean, I'm sure there's a bug somewhere in this code, but we're going to take it for now, and we're going to figure out how to test it. I feel like I should keep the preview up in this window instead of the music, kind of once it's more impressive. Or I can keep like a recording, because that might attract more viewers. Because I've noticed it happens rarely, but some random people do wander in to the stream. Anyways, moving forward. Created. Now attach it to your main camera in Unity. So to use it, select main camera in the hierarchy. Click Add Component in Inspector. So let's just move this over here, go over here, and we can stop this. And now we click Main Camera. Click Add Component. Search for Camera Controller. Oh wow. Do I need to set the camera target? No, you don't have to do that. It doesn't use that. Okay, I mean, I don't believe you, but let's try it. Okay, I can tell you that it is not doing a fucking thing. So, there's that. Let's see. It did seem to like do this fade thing, which was super interesting. Did not expect that. Let's take a look at it a little bit more closely. Let's try to run it again.
What are we doing? Seems like we've lost touch with who we are. Like butterflies captured in a jar.
I thought it just moved there. Didn't it kind of just move there for a second? Or am I tripping? Alright, so let's see. Let's take a look at the code, because it's clearly not working. So I could start by describing the behavior and expecting the AI to fix it, which isn't a bad approach. But I think I could also try doing some logging, right? I think I just use debug.log and just see if it's even getting into this code. So, oh, you know what? It doesn't. What does this even mean? What the fuck is this? Why don't we try again? Let's just try again really quick before we add some logs. Yeah, so that doesn't do anything, that doesn't do anything. Nothing. Oh, okay. I can scroll to zoom. I can do that. Nice, that's cool. Right click doesn't do anything. WSD, the letters, numbers don't do anything. Alright, let me run it in the simulator, I think. No, or on my phone. Let's see if it's any different on my phone. That might be worth doing. So the way I do that, build profiles, build, choose, replace. Dude, this game dev thing is honestly pretty easy. It's just gonna take a while, but I'm really excited to ship this. The workspace. Oh, just close this. Stop task. Just get out of here. Oh, I think I know what happens. Every time I rebuild it, it loses the provisioning profile. That's what's happening. So let's rebuild it. Okay, now we go back into this thing, and we go here, and we go here. And then we press Command R, and we click on the error. There's got to be a better way to do this. And then I have to say automatically, enable automatic, team mather, com.jmather, board game. And now I press Command R. It's going to tell me to unlock my phone. password 5 times. Okay, only 2 times. It's not that bad. Okay. Okay, I'm able to pinch to zoom. I don't know how to move though. So I can zoom. Cool. I don't know how to move the camera. But it is doing a thing. I wonder if I can... Oh, I can't really do pinch to zoom on the simulator now, can I? But I can bring it up in mirroring and see what it does. Yeah, so you see I can do this thing. And I can't really do the other things. But that's cool. Cool. So I definitely have work to do on all this stuff, but this is progress, and I did 1 hour, and that's it for my attention span. So I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks. See you guys. Bye, OG.